Why is it a really bad idea to put lip gloss on before you leave the office at the end of the day?
Find out today on Medical History Mysteries.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Medical History Mysteries. So, this one's going to break my heart because I love me some makeup and I love myself some lip gloss. And if I've got somewhere to go at the end of the day, I don't want to look like a dead person. I'm putting it on. But I'm hearing with you guys that this is a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
This is why I did this. Like, my goodness, I can't even believe I haven't thought of it before this, but it makes so much sense. And that's the thing about dentistry sometimes. You don't think about things, and then all of a sudden you're like, why didn't I think of that before? So here it is. Ready? You treating a patient. This patient is in your chair and you're using high-speed instrumentation, drills, cavitrons, cavijets, whatever, right? When you do that, when you use high-speed instrumentation, you're generating an aerosol. You're generating an aerosol of saliva, debris, whatever is in the air is now floating in the air and all around you, okay? The first problem I have with this is you're protected by your mask and maybe your face shield. So odds of you breathing that aerosol in, small. But can't say it won't happen, right? But the patient has no mask on. They're breathing in that very aerosol. So what does that mean? It means that if there's enough particulate matter in that aerosol and they're sensitive to that effect, they may very well end up with some type of an episode of asthma if they have asthma. Or maybe it'll exacerbate their shortness of breath from their COPD. So we've got to be very astute and realize, okay, no one likes the hand scale. If I can reach out to my hygienist pals out there, nobody likes the hand scale. Nobody likes to use hand instruments because it's wearing on your hand. And obviously, you could do better with something that's high speed. But the bottom line is for a patient with respiratory disease, this may be the absolute worst thing you can do. And yet, if we don't read the medical history and we don't understand that we have to adjust the treatment plan and tailor it to the patient's specific medical needs to that specific patient, you miss a point like that, and now you've got a potential medical emergency on your hands.
Well, I think one good thing that came out of COVID is that a lot of hygienists are using high-speed evacuation systems now. Whether it's, there's a lot of them out there. And I know in dentistry, I know still the gold standard, don't hate me. It's true though, a rubber dam, or at least using something like a dry shield or an isolate. So we do have devices that will hopefully mitigate this. But I'm still hung up on lip gloss. What's the deal with the lip gloss?
Well, have you thought about how bad air pollution can be in a dental office? Even if, as you said, we use evacuation systems, but even if a little bit gets up in the air, okay, and you multiply that by how many operatories, but how many patients that you've seen and how many you've seen in that day, I mean, the air quality is not great. So let's say there's this stuff floating around in the air, bacteria, inflammatory mediators, whatever. And what are you going to do next? Put on lip gloss or chapstick and lock the stuff that's in the air onto your lips so you can lick it off later or smooch someone and give them a dose? As I tell my students when they do this, I'm like, you might as well lick the floor on the way out because you're basically doing the same thing. I'm not saying you can't use lip gloss and chapstick or whatever you like, lip balms, but try to do it outside because air quality in dental offices isn't so great. And I also say, leave your mask on. Yes, we have those evacuation systems that we could use, but there's still going to be some residual stuff in the air. We learned this from COVID too. We learned about wiping surfaces and mitigating the transmission. But all I can say is protect your patient, especially those with respiratory disease, and protect yourself because you don't want that nasty stuff. It's bad enough it's in your hair and all over your clothing to begin with, but do you really want to now smear it on your lips? I don't know if I want to go that far.
Ugh, I'm just getting this vision of like flypaper. Like it's like bacterial, aerosol-y flypaper for
Yeah,
your lips.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And think about the person you're going to smooch later. They did nothing to deserve that smooch.
The
But
gift that keeps on giving.
there you go.
Yikes. All right. Well, think about that the next time you finish your day and you want to look cute when you walk out. I guess save your lipstick, your chapstick, your lip gloss for the car. Don't be putting it on in your operatory.
Agreed.
Yikes. All right. For medical history mysteries, I guess we'll see y'all next week.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.